And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take you straight to London, from where Mr. Martin Wolf, Chief Economics Commentator, Financial Times, London, has been patiently waiting for all of us. Thank you so much, Mr. Wolf, for being so patient. Mr. Manmohan Singh can hear you, and so can the other dignitaries on the stage. And I request you to please say a few words. Sorry to keep you waiting.
So I hope you can hear me. It is an immense honor and pleasure to speak a few words at this event in honor of Dr. Manmohan Singh. He is, as his beautiful speech showed yet again, a good man and a great man. And this is an extraordinarily rare combination. In my experience, he's pretty well unique. Quite simply, I admire Manmohan Singh, indeed venerate him, more than any other person I have known. I'd like to talk briefly about his legacy, but much of that has already been said. I don't have much to add. He, of course, introduced a radical and well-conceived liberalizing reform at a crucial moment in India's economic history. And of course, in doing so, he built on his fundamental optimism about India's potential, his belief that India could succeed in the world, already shown in his classic book, published, if I remember correctly, in 1962, on India's exports. He later built on this achievement as a reformer, as prime minister, with many other modernizing reforms. One particularly notable in the world is the Aadhaar system of identity, of individual identities. He chose and worked successfully with some exceptional colleagues, notably including my dear friend Montek Singh Ahluwalia and N.K. Singh, who has just spoken. With these efforts, he transformed India into a high-growth country. And that, the achievement of high growth, was of course an unprecedented event in the long history of Indian civilization. And it inevitably and profoundly transformed Indian society and, as many have remarked, its place and future in the world. So that is Manmohan's legacy. But what about his character? I have been lucky enough to have known him since 1974, when he was the Government of India's chief economic advisor, and I was then a very young senior economist in the India division of the World Bank. And I knew already, of course, of his important work on exports, since I went on to write a book of my own, far less important, on the same subject. I soon learned he was an exceptional economist. I came to admire very soon his devotion to the welfare of India and Indians, but also of other people. He is, of course, a great citizen of India, as has been mentioned, but he is also a great citizen of the world. He has a deep belief in India's democracy and the good sense and decency of the Indian people. He is unfailingly penetrating, judicious, thoughtful, and soft-spoken. He is modest and decent. He is a man of exceptional integrity. Only last July, when I was in Delhi, I had the great privilege of meeting him at his home and enjoyed a powerful and thought-provoking discussion of the Ukraine and Russia war. Manmohan Singh is honored for good reason. His country should be proud of this great Indian.